Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ellis,
I'm Lou.
and this is Middles Open. Well, we've been gone a while, but now we back.
Sorry for the absence. Life's been busy, traveling with ball.
Back and forth to Anchorage for softball tournaments, but we got a minute for y'all.
So I just want to ask you a question real quick, Ellis.
So,
Which takes longer to run, from first to second base or from second base to third?
first to second.
No, it's from second to third because there's a shortstop in the middle.
Oh, stop it.
I've been waiting to say that one. Got my shortstop joke in.
Oh, stop playing. We've been gone a while, so let's jump right into it. Let's start with the low bid tournament. There was 16 teams at the low bid, 13C, 3D.
So it's a pretty good turnout.
It was
Is there any Fairbanks teams?
No, we didn't have any Fairbanks teams, but we did have Fairbanks players. So
Good on you guys for making the trip.
I did see a few Fairbanks players out there playing that weekend.
So you got the All-Stars for that one?
I got the All-Stars for that one.
All right, well, I'm going to list off the teams here. So the low bid results: in first place, Hit Squad. In second place, WWDS. Rumor has it that WWDS brought it to an if game.
We did bring it to an if game. Ended up losing that if game 33-30.
Hey, them are close games, high scoring, close games. Those are good. In third place, you got Pasanos, and in fourth, you got BIN.
Your all-stars from that weekend was Cody McKenzie, Kyle Coed, Tyler Jensen, JD Mayo, Brandon Lawrence, Keith Willard, Chase Powers, Chris Vasquez, Rob Daly, and your tournament MVP was Chris Fullwider.
Wait, fully. Congratulations to the All-Stars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The one thing I wanted to talk about was make sure you get registered for your Fairbanks Golden Days tournament coming up soon. I'm looking at that to be a really big tournament here in Fairbanks. I hear a lot of people talking about it, so let's get signed up, get those teams signed up. Don't wait until the last minute.
And low bid did happen, Aaron. You heard it here. I saw your post. All right. So moving on to the next tournament after, we had the Take a Swing tournament. So in the C division, there was 4 teams. In first place, you had FYF. In second place, you had Aftershock. Third was Outbreak. And fourth was Bunt Force Trauma. I like that name. That's kind of funny. In the D League, you had 8 teams. In first place was Smoke Show. Second place, the Alaska Assassins. And then 3 was Pita Pit. See, that's him. That's getting the results. He's getting results. Boom, just like that.
Man.
So that's a pretty good one. That's the one that the Pals put on for their fundraiser for the cancer. Take a swing?
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty good turnout. Hopefully we can get some more teams out there next year, help raise some more money for the cause and go from there. The following tournament was the Matsu Memorial.
Matsu Memorial, and man, it was a weekend.
What did I hear? I heard there was a new co-ed rule that you were wanting to share.
Oh, let's talk about the co-ed rule, the co-ed restricted list rule. I don't really understand the rule very much, but the rule is your first restricted player is free. But if you have another restricted player, even if the other team has a restricted player, you still have to spot 4. So I was kind of confused about that this weekend, because I was like, yo, if we got one and they got one, or if we got 2 and they got 1, then it should be 2. And
Right.
then the rule was made apparent to me that the first one is free. So the second one, if you have 2 and they only have 1, you still got to spot 4.
I guess what I don't gather on that is, like in men's, if you got a restricted player, it's 2 points to the other team.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go to co-ed and it's 4 points.
Well, it's 2 per or 2 per restricted.
Right.
So it's still
But it ends
2.
up being 4.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where I think it should be flip-flopped.
I mean, I feel it should be flip-flop because, you know, restricted players don't make co-ed teams.
No, women do.
Women make co-ed teams.
Yeah. You can have 5 mediocre guys and 5 women all-stars, and that's going to be a solid team.
Yes,
every
sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, shout out to you ladies for balling and carrying the weight for the men.
Yes, yes. One person I want to give a shout out to, we played them this weekend, FYF, Taria came up, didn't even have her foot in the box, but the umpire didn't have have his hand up, so the ball was pitched. He called the strike, even though she wasn't in the box. She was mad about it, but she definitely showed how mad she was when she hit that ball like 350 feet.
Boy.
So shout out to her for that. Maybe she needs to be on the men's restricted list.
I mean, it sounds like she hits farther than me. I don't hit very far, but it sounds like she hits farther than me.
Oh, she got a good piece on that one.
Well, I mean, it's better to make contact with the ball and send it 350 feet than make contact with the umpire and be gone for the year.
Yeah.
So, good on you for holding the temper. I don't know if I could say the same.
Definitely.
Put the COVID mask over my eyes, doing the strike.
Yeah. Shout out to the umpires, man. They do their best out there. And, you give them crap during the game, but hey, you let them know later, hey, I appreciate what you do out here.
Yeah. I mean, you always whine to them anyway, so it is what it is.
You know me, man. That's just my thing.
Yeah. Big whiner.
So you got the results for the Wasilla tournament, the Memorial?
Yes, I do. So for the Matsu Memorial, for C, there was 13 teams. In first place, you have the Titans. In second place, you had the Puffins. And in third place, you had Kraken. For the D side, you had 10 teams. In first place, again, Smoke Show. Second place, Areolas. Third place, Team Teresa.
And I've got some all-stars for the C. and Silver Bats. Silver Bats went to Sarah Noosh, Chase Powers, Kelly Kimber, and Chris Fullwider. And the All-Stars were AJ, Kendall, Jefferson, Daly, Darity, Mel, Cody, and Skokin.
Man. You got Foley and Daly and Powers going on back-to-back tournament with the All-Stars. I mean, it's not really a surprise for me, but congrats.
Congrats, yep.
Another tournament I'd like to talk about is the Def Jam here in Fairbanks. There was a pretty decent turnout for them. That's in case you don't know what it is. The DEF Jam is the D League, the E League, and the F League. They get to play their own little tournament there in Fairbanks against each other, where the D League is considered the upper league and the F League is considered the lower league. And they just go out there, they have some fun, get some extra cuts, playing that kind of tournament format. These are also teams that don't really travel too much. So in first place, you had Good Titration Glass Doctor. In second place, you had Majestic AF Unicorns. In third place, you had Odd Socks. And the Red Lantern Award, which means you were the first team eliminated from the tournament, was the Nasties. It was very surprising to me to hear that one. Yeah, I mean, so that's that tournament. And then if anybody noticed, I came back a little tanner. I was in Colorado.
How was that Colorado tournament?
Oh man, that's a whole nother ball game. It's crazy. Like if anybody knows travel ball, this is a huge military tournament. So it's two tournaments rolled into one weekend. Thursday, Friday is your division only. So you have A division and then you have B division. And then Saturday and Sunday, both those divisions combine and play against each other. Most of the time it's based on your rank, your point rank. So however many tournaments you played in, how well you've done in those tournaments, it'll seed you higher. If you haven't played in any tournaments or you have low numbers, you're considered a lower rank. And so it's just first, second, third, all the way through. And then you battle it out the Thursday, Friday. So Friday, they announce the winner for your division. And then Saturday, Sunday, they play. And then, of course, they announce the winner for that division. And I can tell you within like day one of the tournament, these boys down here, they drink and they I'm not joking. There was probably 30 empty kegs. It was crazy. That was day one. And the dudes down there, holy moly, they hit the ball so far. I've never seen balls fly from one field across the parking lot into the infield of the next field. That's at least 450, 500 feet. And I'm talking like it's not rolling to it. It's flying and bouncing on the infield in the middle of their game. Scores down there were averaging 30 runs to 60 runs. I mean, the first inning, like in one of our games, we were playing against like the number 2 team in the nation or in the military or whatever. And they put up 19 runs on us in the first inning before we even got a out. It's really demoralizing, but we try to look at the positive of it. No other teams were putting up double digits on them, and we put up double digits on them. The final score of that one, we got mollywopped 32-10. But we walked away proud because we got the double digits. Most teams were only scoring 4 runs on them, and we're getting beat by 50 runs or more. So it was tough. While I was down there, I also got to see a couple of fellow Alaskans. So I saw Parrish, and I also saw Shoop. I wanted to kind of throw out. So Shoop played for it was a like Hope for Hunter, and in the first day out of 32 teams, his team finished in 7th place. In the combined division of A and B, out of 50 teams, his team finished in 13th place. That's pretty good, considering, and his team's a B League team. So then my team, most of the guys are out of Washington, and then a couple were in like Texas and the surrounding area. But out of 32 teams in the first day, we finished 17th. And then out of 50 teams in the second portion of the tournament, we finished 33rd. Wasn't the best outing for us. Our bats didn't really come alive until about midway through the day. And then the weather down there with the air and everything, the air, it was like, it felt like somebody was sitting on your chest the whole time. I mean, we had bottles of oxygen in our bat bags, and it was like you'd run, and as soon as you get back in the dugout, you were just sucking oxygen down. It was anywhere between 85 and almost 90 degrees. And we were in black pants. We had black jerseys, but we were using our white jerseys. And I mean, I was still pouring in sweat. My mask was just, it looked like I dunked my head in water and came back out. It was so hot. I burnt. Some of us like had heat exposure. It was intense. But it was a fun tournament, great experience. I hope that we can go back next year. The next upcoming tournament for us is Vegas Worlds in December. Also, I've got a couple guys that I'm bringing down with me, combining onto a team with guys out of Nevada, Idaho, California, Washington, is to Boneyard. Anybody's ever heard of that one? Boneyard is like the summer solstice or the midnight sun one pitch, but on steroids. They do like a pre-party on Thursday, and then Friday it's events where they do hitting accuracy, individual home run derby, team home run derby, throwing accuracy, speed tests. They do giant corn or giant beer pong. They fill one field with like 20 cornhole boards, and you play. And as you're playing, you're actually getting nationally ranked. They've got a DJ the entire time. And then Friday at 11:45, they drop the banner, and that's whenever you find out when you play. And you play from Friday night until Sunday evening, just straight ball the whole time. You can start off in the men's gold. That's where a lot of like conference players or the A and B players play. If you win or if you lose 2 games and then you win your 3rd game, you automatically drop down to like the winning side of the next bracket in silver. Same thing with silver. You start off there, lose 2 games, you win your 3rd, you drop down to bronze. Their packages, like first place, I think gets all roller bags, and inside of the roller bag is just filled with like Coors Light gear, sublimation jerseys for your entire team. 1st through 4th gets jerseys that sit there and say, you know, champion, runner up, 3rd place, 4th place. I mean, they just like overload this tournament. And they haven't been able to do it for 2 years because of COVID. So this year is like, I think it's like $40,000 in merchandise that they're giving away. They have so much that they're just giving it away for random acts. Like, you know, you pick up garbage, you have the coolest uniform, so on and so forth. You can win prizes. So it's pretty cool. If you get an opportunity to ever go play in this tournament, I would say go for it. It's definitely a challenge. But yeah, I mean, that was the overall experience, man. Like it really beats you up.
I'll bet. Jeez.
I mean, and the U-trip pitching, I love the U-trip pitching. I had a dude pump fake me and throw it behind his back, and I had my head down and realized last second the ball was coming in, and did a quick swing on it. And it was like I hit a little dribbler to the first baseman just because I wasn't expecting it. I did catch somebody with the in between the legs, and I got somebody with a duck walk. I only had one hit back at me, but it wasn't very hard. It hit the turf first, but the turf down there compared to like Cartier's turf, it hits and it just shoots at you. This turf, it's like so bouncy that it's almost like a little trampoline. So that ball you hit it hard enough into the ground, it bounces and it shoots like 30 feet up in the air. The fields they're beautiful down there. I love those fields. And I'm talking about in Colorado, those fields were awesome. The weather was nice. The people down there, super chill. I got to meet another amputee. So that was pretty cool hearing his story and just listening to some of the guys. It really gets you amped up and it just gives you a different outlook on life and seeing that, even through trials and tribulations and whatnot, they still look at the positive of things. And so it was humbling. But yeah, I mean, just a great overall experience.
That's what's up. Well, congratulations to you guys. Sometimes weekends don't work out the way we want them to, but there's always next year.
Yep. Oh, trust me, I was mad when we lost because there was a couple games we shouldn't have lost.
That's what's up. Well, I'm glad you had fun, man. And that's what softball is all about, having fun.
Yep. So I just wanted to give one shout out. The shout out goes to Josh Waltrich. He is a rookie in the conference division this year, playing with Bog Ford. He has a current batting average. This is in 10 games. So he's got a current batting average of 708. He's hit 7 home runs and had 29 RBIs. Mind you, this is the guy that hit 125 miles an hour off of a tee. So he's up there and he's mashing. Originally was out of Fairbanks, played with the Grizz. I know that there was people that liked him and there was people that hated him. But I just want to give a shout out because he's doing well in the conference division. So that's what I got for that.
That's what's up. So what I want to bring up right now is the tournament schedule is out for the money tournament this weekend.
The pot of gold.
And oh my geez. First thing I want to point out is, the US Patriots amputee team that's coming up here this weekend. They drew balls deep the first game. So they play Brad's team first game.
I'm going to tell everybody this right now. Do not take them lightly. Just because they have missing limbs, things like that, do not take them lightly. This team is a very, very good team. They play 12 months out of the year, and they travel all over. Do not take them lightly.
I don't think anybody that travels to Alaska to play softball I would take lightly anyway.
No. But you're going to have those teams that are like, I don't want to be too hard. No, get the runs and get up on them quick. Because as soon as they come up to bat, they will get those runs right back.
So what do you got for us about the USA Patriots, Lou?
So to start off, there's a meet and greet on Friday, June 11th at 6:30 at the American Legion Post 28. That's at 7001 Brayton Drive in Anchorage. They'll be serving like prime rib and things like that, halibut basket, shrimp baskets, so on and so forth. You can get cake too. I saw that and I got excited because that's me. I like enjoying the chocolatey treats.
I'm like Kevin Hart on Jumanji. Cake makes me explode.
Oh no, not me. It makes me explode in a good way. My button on my front of my pants pops, and I know I'm happy. I'm trying to get that big boy weight so I can hit hard. I was like one of the smallest guys down there. So the U.S. Patriots are formerly known as the Wounded Warrior Amputee Softball Team. They're a nonprofit whose mission is to bring athletic and veteran amputees together to promote the benefits of inclusive sport and therapeutic recreational activities. America's amputee softball team travels the country playing able-bodied teams in competitive and exhibition softball games, bringing the unique brand of softball, courage, and inspiration to communities nationwide. The team is comprised of competitive athletic veterans who have lost limbs in combat and non-combat related injuries. While some are still in the service, others are attending college thanks to the post 9/11 GI Bill, and others have moved on to new careers. These individuals continue to push the limits of modern prosthetics to inspire and motivate and offer a place for camaraderie and healing on and off the field of play to continue serving behind the uniform. So a couple things on it. Their primary reason for fundraising is to support their annual kids camp, where they bring in 20 kids between the ages of 8 and 12 years old with amputations themselves for a week-long camp. Their team members serve as coaches and mentors to these kids, and the U.S. Patriots pay all the expenses for the 20 children and one guardian. At this event, you're going to meet guys that have these different amputations, and most are not afraid to talk about them. You kind of have to go up and talk with them yourselves to get a conversation going. They're not just going to come out of their way to talk about their things. So like, for instance, I have a buddy, I'm not sure if he'll be coming up this weekend. He was still getting back to me, but like, I know he lost his leg. I think he was hit by a drunk driver and he ended up losing his leg. Another person that might be coming up is Sol Monroy. He's a retired Marine. He spent 8 years serving when he unfortunately rolled over a 180-pound IED in the Middle East, where he and his team were all severely injured. Saul endured 16 surgeries and finally was given no option other than amputation. But 2 years after the loss of his leg, Saul joined the team in an effort to relearn the sport that he loves. Again, like I said, these guys, they travel 12 months a year, and their annual schedule, it fills up very, very fast. They've played anywhere from college stadiums to professional stadiums, and even played on the MLB network. They do it out of the love of the game, and they do it to also inspire young kids and adults to say, like, even though something big in your life has happened that's impacted your life, if you turn it into a positive, you can still do these things. It's not holding you back or anything. You just have to relearn how to be able to do these things. And like I said, these guys, they're no joke. They're gonna come up, they're gonna play, they're very, very good. They will mash.
So mash with them. Better mash with them.
Yeah, you better. The best advice I can say is score 4 runs an inning and just keep doing that the whole way through. That's the best. That's the best option you're going to have in order to keep up with them. And if they come out flat, be thankful. But I don't think they will.
So what I wanted to throw out there is I wanted to talk about the teams that are in the tournament this weekend. So we have the USA Patriots, balls deep, Mama's Boys, Pristine Woodwork out of Wasilla, WWDS, Far North, BIN out of Wasilla, Gallows, Hit Squad, Young's Concrete, Poly 907, LFSMAO, Cap out of Fairbanks, Hua out of Wasilla, Blue Collar Ballers, Wetsu, and Paisanos. So shaping up to be a good tournament, 17 men's teams, 2 in progressive this weekend. We also have the women's tournament that's going to be on Saturday. And those teams are Diamond Dolls, Snacks, Team Alaska, and AK Voodoo.
Want to make any bets?
I ain't making no bets. I made a bet already this year. I lost $100.
Yeah, I know. I lost $100 too. Thanks, Paul. And Daly.
Yeah. Paul and Daly. That's right.
I know that wasn't all Paul. Daly got his finger in there and started just, let me fix this up a little bit.
But yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm super excited for this weekend.
Me too. I'm gonna be mowing my grass.
Shouldn't have went to Colorado.
No, it's not that. I gotta mow my grass. Kids are coming up.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Gotta be prepared.
Gotta be prepared.
I'm excited. COVID really messed up the plans, so getting to see him finally.
That's what's up. The other thing I wanted to throw out there is the Coed AKS Super Draft. Don't forget about that. If you haven't gotten signed up for that yet, sign up. Not quite sure what they're at, but if they've reached their mark, there's always the waiting list. So make sure you get signed up if you're just trying to get out there and play.
Yeah, and get on it, because as we saw in the men's and women's super draft, there's plenty of players that weren't able to make it. I think they ended up pulling anywhere between 5 to 8 of them off there between injuries, people not showing, things like that. So if there is a wait list, get on it.
Get on it. I'm sure you'll get pulled up.
A couple of upcoming tournaments to talk about. So obviously this coming weekend we got Pot of Gold. And then next weekend we have the Midnight Sun 1 pitch here in Fairbanks. Cost for that is $225. If you're in Anchorage and you want to come on up and get in on that, that would be awesome. The other one is in July for the 4th. So
no, sir. The other one is the Scorcher, or the Solstice tournament. In the same weekend as the Midnight Sun tournament.
All right. So if you don't feel you're going to do well in that tournament, come on up to Fairbanks. Try. May the odds be ever in your favor. I want to talk about July 4th. It's a long weekend.
And there's several different tournaments.
But there's several tournaments in various locations. Valdez has always held up a very, very good tournament. The only issue is, obviously, you get into the higher leagues, you can't go play there anymore. So the other options for you are Wasilla. They'll be hosting a C and E tournament. Kenai is going to be hosting a D tournament, and Valdez will be hosting a D and E tournament as normal. So that was just one other one. I wanted to make sure that I pinpointed out. But yeah, it's about to get intense with weekend after weekend after weekend of softball.
Because we only got 3 months of it.
I know, so you got to pack it in. And if you ain't been taking your cuts before this weekend, I suggest getting on it.
Get on it. Shout out to the pals again, AKS, always showing up out there with the gear box, the gear van, making things available. Just got my new purple hat to go with all my purple jerseys.
I'm waiting for my jerseys to come in.
But they've always been very punctual and make sure they get what you're asking for. So I definitely like the fact that, they make it happen for everybody. Speaking of punctual and making things happen, what's up with our merchandise, Lou?
On its way.
Hey.
Yep, it's on its way.
That's what I like to hear.
Hey, I tell you what, though, we've got, just so it's aware for anybody that's ordered, with, this person, that person, me, this other person over here, places are busy. They're anywhere between, 6 and 10 weeks out. And it's been crazy. Yeah, so this is why I say in the very beginning, order your jerseys in like March, April timeframe. That way they're done and they're over with. You ain't got to worry about it. You can order all the extras after through whoever you're going through. Mojo, Berserk, me, what was it, A3, Unicorn. There's so many. So order your jerseys quick. Some of them might be able to, sneak you in or whatever. But we all get busy. There's so many different orders. Get them in.
Get
I got one more.
in.
I got one more joke for you.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
I gotta hit you with it. All right. What is the best advice to give a softball player?
What?
If you don't succeed at first, try second base.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. No more jokes. No more jokes.
Man, I'm on a kick. Like I said, I'm trying to get into that like dad joke kick right now. So I can just annoy the kids as soon as they come up here.
Oh, that's a good
Where
one.
I'm probably gonna make a TikTok or something just of
that-
annoying my kids.
Oh my God. That's the way you keep them away from you for sure.
I know, but they'll remember these times when they get older.
Oh man. Yeah.
So sorry about the long delay. Obviously, like I said, we had lots going on between ball and life and traveling and work and just everything. But we want to let you guys know we ain't forgot, and we appreciate you watching.
Always.
Yeah, we'll try to be back as soon as possible. Get these results. Ellis is going to get a firsthand look at it, and good luck to all the teams going down this weekend and playing in the Pot of Gold. Treat the umpires fair. Give props to the scorekeepers. Go thank the pals. He's over locking the lips. Hey, I'll lock the lips, but I'll start signing.
I just have questions. I won't argue. I just ask questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, good luck to everybody this weekend. And we'll see you at the fields.
See you at the field.